Hi guys, I am going to make strawberries dipped in chocolate. I had some chocolate, white chocolate, and some milk chocolate left over from the holidays, and I thought, well, I need to use it. So I'm going to make strawberries dipped in chocolate for my new team at work, and I thought they would enjoy this on a Friday. So I lightly washed the strawberries. And I'm now going to just take a paper towel and pat them down so they're somewhat dried off. So I'm just lightly, the bottom paper towel is going to pick up some, and I'm just lightly rolling this, as you can see, picking up some of the excess water there on all of them. And they smell great. Now I'm going to move them down. I'm going to put some wax paper down. So I've transferred my strawberries in a bowl. I've got some parchment paper out. I use these small dishes. I got them at Michael's. They're really good for like meatloaf, small meatloaves, but they're also good for putting things in like this. So this is actually almond bark. So what you do is you put a nice amount in there, and then you microwave them for 30 seconds, bring them out, stir it, and then you would microwave for an additional 15 seconds if need be to get everything melted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the chocolate first because it starts to harden fairly quick. So I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds, bring it out, stir it up, put it in for maybe another 15 seconds if need be to get it nice and thin. And then I'm going to bring the dish over here and start dipping the strawberries in the chocolate and place them on the parchment paper. I'm going to do it with the chocolate, then I'm going to do it with the vanilla, and then I may add anything left. I'll drizzle a little bit of each on each other. So as you can see, it really, after 30 seconds, didn't do anything. So you just want to keep an eye on it. So I'm going to put it in for, it's starting to melt down there, but another 15 seconds. See, it's starting to melt. I probably had to do it actually a total of like 2 minutes. I kept putting the 15 seconds, and it all starts melting fairly quick. I think it's because I put the big chunks. So I'm going to do it for probably another 15 seconds here. We're almost done. We are definitely okay. As you can see, I start stirring this up, the big chunks will melt. So now I'm going to get that good and combined. And now I'm going to start dipping my strawberries in the chocolate. I usually will take the stem like this, dip it in. As you can see, these dishes are perfect for this. Let it 1, 2, 3 drip a little bit, drip, 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 and place it on the parchment paper. Now the thing with this almond bark, it starts firming pretty quickly, as you can see. And so it doesn't really matter. I've got everything streaked here. It doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be anything fancy, but they're fully dipped on both sides. They're just sitting here. As you can see, there's some chocolate there. That's okay. It's going to be a lot of chocolate, but there you go. See how easy that is? Now I'm going to repeat the same thing with the white chocolate. So the white chocolate is done now. The thing with this almond bark is you cannot overcook it. So you got to take it out every 15 seconds and stir it. So we are ready to dip. As you can see, those are all done. Now what I generally do is I'll have a little bit left in the bowl here, and all I do is take a spoon and then I just kind of drizzle it like this. I go like this, and so it can splatter all the white chocolate on top of the dark chocolate. It doesn't have to be anything fancy because it's going to taste so good. So you can see I just drizzled it all over that. So I now have a few strawberries left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit more chocolate and then the leftover I'm going to drizzle on top of the white. One thing I forgot to say is I generally do the deeper or thicker strawberries in the first because it's going to be the deeper part of the mixture of the chocolate. So then you do the smaller ones when there's not as much. You can use any type of dish. You can use a coffee cup. That works really well if you don't have something like this, because you don't want it real big, because you want this chocolate to be somewhat condensed in a small area so you can get as much as possible on the strawberry quickly, because it starts to harden fast. So I've got them all done, and now I've got a little left over here. Like I said, I'm going to drizzle it on top of these. Again, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can make little swirls if you want. So they're done. I just drizzled them everywhere. I mean, it doesn't really matter. That one looks crazy, but someone will eat it. And I had some leftover chocolate and I just drizzled it everywhere. I didn't want it to go to waste. So you're gonna let these sit for about 15 minutes. These are the ones before, and they're hard. It's ready, see? But you're gonna want them to sit for about 15 minutes, and then you're going to transfer them into a plastic container of some sort, put it in the refrigerator, and easy peasy, you could take them to work tomorrow. Do not spend your money on those fancy baskets where they do this when you can do it yourself. And it comes from the heart. And these took me about a total of 15 minutes to make them. So enjoy.